Yes. The Doors, greatest hits. Weird Scenes Inside the Gold Mine, original. There's something amazingly tactile about vinyl. And with all these little grooves, you get the hisses and pops and cracks. It makes it seem almost more engaging. Like you're about to sit down for an experience. That little crackle just before the music. It just kind of primes you somehow. I can totally see why people are obsessed. These are the only 2 vinyls I own, but I know somebody who has a whole crap load more. Hey everybody, this is Ed from Dodging Karma Design, where designs become graphic, where we normally talk about everything from photography to Photoshop. However, today we're kind of changing gears a little bit. We're not really doing that. Today I want to address people in my local area of Brevard County, Florida, mainly around the Melbourne, Palm Bay, Rockledge area. That's basically where I'm at. That's my stomping ground, if you want to get technical. And I want to bring to your attention something pretty cool, kind of a revival, kind of a movement that I don't want to go underneath the radar, and I honestly think it's super damn cool, and I want you guys to pay attention. A few years ago, a man named Chris Lanza created Vinyl Request Records, and it was awesome. It was a haven, a safe haven, if you will, for people who loved music, specifically vinyl. I know they had one shop and then needed to expand to a bigger shop, and that was kind of becoming a cultural underground where local bands were actually playing on certain record store days, and they were just selling out all of their inventory and having an amazing time just having that type of outreach with the community. Then, quite suddenly, Chris passed away. Now, the way Chris ran things, apparently, he didn't want to be known as the boss. He wanted there to be really no head, no foot. You know, he just happened to be the owner. He just works here. He was like, I just work here, dude. And one of the people who worked with him was Michelle, or Snap Happy, and she just couldn't let it go. So after a few months and finding a location, a nice little hole in the wall that you gotta hunt for, because that's what you do when you love vinyl. You like hunting. You're an archaeologist, basically. And she decided to take up the reins and start up Savvy Vinyl Records. And she wanted to have a logo created. So naturally, I was like, let me help you out. So I got together with my brother Josh to create the Savvy Vinyl logo right here. So I offered my services to see if I can tell the story of where she came from and where she's going. Tell the story of how Vinyl Request Records isn't gone. It's just a little bit more savvy. So I thought maybe I'll make a mini documentary. I thought it would be fun. And I gotta tell you, it was super fun. What the hell? It taught me so much. Oh my god, you're supposed to be in slow motion! And at times, I have to say that it was easy. Oh god, what the f***? So I'd be honored if you hit the like button and maybe the subscribe button too. Crotch punch that bell so you'll be notified each and every time I have an upload. So without any further delay, I hope you guys enjoy the mini documentary, the show, the vinyl-mentary, if you will. And remember, be good or good at it. I'm just gonna have to sync that up.
Lights, camera, action. I don't know the words. I don't know why they're failing me right now.
It's like deep in the heart of Texas.
See, there goes the head injuries again. My name is Michelle, and I'm also known by others in the community as for my roller derby name, Snap Happy. So it was either Snap Happy or Gumby. Gumby, because they let you choose your name. And I made the 2 suggestions, and they kept like joking with me that Gumby because I would hit the floor, but I get right back up So like I was like a gumpy
You,
or
like,
like a
bounce?
bouncy ball. Yeah. So when I first started, that's kind of how I was. Now, mind you, I was 25 and young, and I was very bouncy.
Oh, you're very bouncy still.
Yeah, but it hurts more now. It hurts a lot more now. So, and you're just like, oh my God, just keep smiling. It hurts. But Snap Happy, because I actually was in school when I started. I just started in college and transferred over to UCF. And I was going for photography. So I was thinking, ooh, Snap Happy sounds cute and adorable, but also menacing and mean. Like I'm going to break your bones if you get. So yeah, it was kind of like the split personality things. Like, oh, she's so nice off track. And then you put skates on me and you're like, get away, run. Lots of hard hits, many injuries, but so many stories that makes it totally worth it. Yeah, so I enjoyed Derby. It makes me smile whenever I think about it. So I played for 11 years, just a little bit over 11 years. Yeah, that was fun. Competitively, definitely for 10. The last year was just kind of like helping out new girls and training and trying to get the team going and things like that. So that's basically the Derby extension of what I did, as far as that goes. I have injured myself in roller derby and not in roller derby. In roller derby, what I can remember of being injured, I've had 2 separated ACs on each shoulder. One's worse than the other. They both click and make noises. And I also have had several knee injuries. I've sprained my ankle on the left foot on both sides of it. At least 4 concussions and tons of bruises and scrapes and things like that. But I also have a lot of really good stories about the wins and the fun adventures that we would have and all the places that we would go to visit. So totally worth it. Yeah. It's so much more fun when you get to do the beating. I'm just saying, in my opinion. So yeah, there's a couple times I made people get frequent flyer miles. Let's just put it that way. I have been into vinyl probably since a young, tender age of around 10 or 11, possibly even before that. My parents only allowed for me to listen to the music that they listened to until I was about that age, and then I could start listening to what I wanted to. But I always remember us having records around the house, and then as soon as I was able to like have extra money and things like that, I would pick them up and get stuff, and I like the artwork that was inside of them and things like that. So it's been a long time. I have quite a large collection at home, not including what's in store. So I worked for Chris Lanza over at Vinyl Request Records, and that's where I learned all of the ins and outs of the industry as far as selling records is concerned. I would say that Chris was like a brother to me. He taught me so much and would listen to me complain, and us and the other employees like Jody and Paul and Anthony, and just he was always an ear to listen to, and we loved to listen and banter with each other, and would have fun stupid games that we would play in the store, and he'd tell stories about him and his son talked like Elvis all day and just kept saying every time a customer.
Is that why Elvis is always a thing?
Probably, yeah. That's most likely why he's the thing. That and we all love Elvis, because who doesn't love Elvis?
I called him my Florida dad. He was grumpy. He knew pretty much every record in his store, and he had a story for pretty much every band he liked, which was awesome.
That's cool.
Like grumpy Florida dad, in a good way. My favorite story of Chris, Snap wasn't there that day. This guy came in and he had a stack of records, and they were covered in mold and they were gross. This happened every day. Every day we got a box of records covered in mold, and someone wanted hundreds of dollars, and they were worth nothing really. And Chris is looking through them. You know, he's giving him the time of day. He's being really good. And the guy is really talking up Chris, trying to get him to buy these records. And he said, you know, it's interesting. Jim Morrison is from here. And Chris goes, oh, I know. And he's like, yeah, I went to high school with Jim Morrison in about 1971. And Chris was like, well, that's interesting. And he didn't even look at the guy. He didn't even skip a beat. He just said, because Jim Morrison was dead. And the guy turned like white as a sheet. And he just stopped talking. He didn't say a word. He accepted the $20 from Chris, and he left the shop. And he was just completely flabbergasted. But Chris didn't even look at him. Didn't even skip a beat. But I did see the vein right here start to pop out. And it was just awesome the way he just interacted with him he didn't yell at him, he didn't kick him out of the store, but he let him know that was not possible for him to have gone to high school with Jim Morrison here in 1971.
I just remember specifically that he had a couple of rules. And some of those rules while you were in the store is 1, no politics. And
Amen.
2, 2, don't burn the store down. So we had gotten a cake, for him. And Jody got this really cool candle so that when you light it up, it's supposed to like open up and play happy birthday.
Oh, yeah.
Right? One of those little cool ones, and it spins around. Yeah, it didn't open. It just kind of stayed right there, and then the flame got like higher and higher, and we just kind of stared at it and let it go for a little while. I don't know if it was like a pyromaniac thing and we all couldn't just look away, but eventually we blew it out after we were done singing, and there's a picture of
kept
us.
singing?
Yeah, we were singing and the flames getting higher and higher, and I kind of melted the candle holder thing, the spinning unit. So I don't know, maybe that had something to do with as to why it never opened. But yeah, that's always like a really fond memory I think that we all have of Chris, the original crew or whatever. So that was a very, very fun party, I must say so. Oh, my own store?
Yeah.
As soon as I started to move the stuff out.
Really?
Yeah, I knew that I wanted the store to keep going. I knew that was the best way to honor Chris, is to get the store back up and running and provide music to the people. That's what he was very passionate about. He always wanted a safe place for people to come and talk music. And it didn't matter who you were or what you did, how much money you made. Even if you didn't buy the records and you just wanted to talk music, we were a safe place for you to come and hang out. So I definitely always found that music is probably the most universal thing, that pretty much everybody likes music. If they don't, sorry, sucks. You might be a sociopath. You should go get checked maybe. You're looking at a lot of the inventory. I did make a deal with the family so that we could keep the store going in his honor. So a lot of the inventory is from the original store, but I've also been shopping because you can never, ever stop buying vinyl. Once you've started and you've opened the potato chip bag, like you might as well finish it, you know what I'm saying? And then you have to try different flavors, and the choices are limitless, really, yeah. But yeah, I think that with a safe place like this, that you want to create something that everybody can relate with, but you add your own little touch to things. So people are either gonna like it or they're not gonna like it. Don't really care, as long as they come and get the music. That's the most number one important thing. Get your music. So, and I'll try to supply them with the best quality stuff that I can.
You'll be their dealer.
Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna hook you up. I'm gonna get you what you need. I got that vinyl for you. What's great is that it's a petroleum-based product, even though they are making recycled vinyl now that's used out of plastic, which is great, but it's a petroleum-based product and you're normally selling it to people that are like environmentalists and stuff like that. But hey, you're collecting it. It's not out in nature.
That's true.
So you're saving the world if you come and buy records, because then they're not going in the trash, right? Exactly. The name. Yes, what's in a name? So Savvy Vinyl Records is because my dog Savannah, she's like my heart, my soul, and I love her to death, and she's my spirit animal. And also, I really liked the idea of what savvy means. It's very like pirate speak, but the actual definition means smart, intelligent, but in a very kind of
Classy.
piratey way, but pinky's out kind of way. Yeah, it's proper, you know. But I just like the way that it sounded, because it sounded better than Snap Records. Yeah, that just doesn't. Yeah,
Like
the
he's
breaking.
breaking the
Yeah, it
record?
didn't sound right. So I was gonna do Snap Happy Records, and I was just like, this sounds wrong, and it makes me kind of cringe a little bit. Hi guys, I miss you. Come in and visit me if you haven't come in already. And thank you for those that have. It's great to see your faces. I miss you guys a ton. And I'm glad that you all are so excited for the new store opening, and that we're going to continue this on and make Chris proud of us all by continuing our consumption of vinyl. And that we'll continue to get good music in, and we just enjoy each other's company. So I think that we're on the road and we're on the right path to doing that. So I can't wait to see you here in the store. So come on in, or call me, or message me on Facebook. There's no excuses, because I will find you. Wow. That was me in the bushes the other night too, by the way. Sorry. You should change your drapes. They're hideous.
I just hope it fills the vacuum that's been here the last few months. There should be a vinyl shop. There should be a shop here dedicated to music. Best Buy doesn't really sell music anymore. Circuit City's gone. We really have nowhere dedicated to purchasing and selling music and worshiping music. So I'm hoping the shop can fill that void.
But the deal is that you just keep swimming, and you just enjoy each day that you have while you're here. Appreciate it, because you never ever know. So yeah, for the most part, live your life. There's a quote, and I'm not sure who said it, is that I don't plan to tiptoe through life to arrive safely at death. And I think that's definitely something that I've always wanted to live by, because, I mean, like, that's so boring. Why did you do that? Have fun. You're here to have fun and enjoy yourself. Stop with the mundaneness. Oh, no reason for it. Unless that makes you happy, then go for it. Whatever makes you happy. Pursue it. You won't.
Please come to Savvy Vinyl. We cannot guarantee you won't get cancer.
Yeah, 80% of the time, we're right 100%.
She hasn't gotten cancer.
No.
I got all the cancer.
Yeah,
so.
but you got rid of it, so it's gone now.
Yeah.
Yes. Rock and roll. Sorry. You just cut it out, man. Cut it out.
I promise the glitter won't give you cancer.
Yeah. Just don't eat it. Don't consume.
Please don't lick our floors.
Yeah, don't lick the floor. It's not a good idea.
All right, so just give a little sign off.
Bye.
So is this kind of like how it was when you guys worked together all the time?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like amplify it like 10 times, because Chris would just egg us on and like raise his furry eyebrow.
Yeah, that one.
The one
eyebrow.
The one was
It's
always
about all that moved.
The one was always out of control
Yeah.
and doing what it was. It was like the party eyebrow,
He'd go,
and the other one was business.
he'd go, yeah. And that eyebrow would go up.
I don't have that kind of control. I haven't worked
No,
the muscle.
you don't have that
long
kind of
enough.
control.
You have to work it in the industry for a little bit longer, and then it becomes a natural muscle reaction. Oh, yeah.
The toilet paper was the one that got him.
Yeah,
though.
that was
The lady that came in and wanted to just purchase, like, she said, do you sell toilet paper here?
We're not the
And
Dollar
Chris said,
General.
do you see toilet paper?
We must be out. We're out of stock. I'm so sorry. Sometimes that would happen. We'd be out of stock, and we have to run over to McDonald's
I walked in and he went, I think we should get out of the record business.
We should go
Sell
to the toilet paper. We'll be billionaires. Oh God. So our end note on that is that, buy stock in toilet paper. It's in high demand.
Yeah,
There's a lot of bullshit going around. I'm sorry. I hurts a little bit. It's good inside.